Welcome back to this video, and here is a question for you. Are you frustrating your product users? So maybe yes, maybe not. Some users might be in the thought of, how do I even know that I'm frustrating my customers? So here is some information, and let's get into it. So here are a few ways in which your customers can get frustrated. So the first one is poor user experience, and the second one could be the product is not accessible. So accessibility is really an important thing that you need to make sure that exists in your product. So if your product is not usable by all users, then you might find that a certain segment of users might not be happy using your product, or rather they would not even be able to use your product. And the third one is poor user interactions with the system. So imagine having to, kind of click through a number of pages and buttons just to get a job done. So that's poor interactions, an example of poor interactions. So that can be a reason. The next one is unsatisfactory customer support. And the fifth one is unresolved bugs. So imagine you encounter a bug, okay, and your team, they analyze the bug and they kind of find it out, saying that okay, this bug is kind of not a highly critical bug, it's not a high priority bug, it can be in the parking lot. But you know what, I have seen teams who follow a best practice of, whenever they encounter a bug or whenever a bug is reported, they make sure that in a short span of time they resolve the bug, okay. And I've also seen teams, on the other hand, sometimes they analyze it and they find like, okay, it's kind of a low priority bug and we can keep it in the parking lot. But what I feel is it's always better to kind of resolve your bugs at the earliest possible without keeping it in the parking lot, because you would never know what type of frustration it's creating for users and customers, and you would not know how much of these bugs kind of frustrate them, which causes customers to, kind of either abandon your product or kind of, switch to other products, or, use your product very less frequently. So these are some reasons in which, in ways that customers can get frustrated. And I have kind of, segregated these reasons in, and who is kind of responsible of taking care of these kind of, scenarios. So the first one is poor user experience. So that's mainly, that needs to be mainly taken care by the business and the design team. And when I say the business team, it's kind of not the, business stakeholders and stuff like that. It's the either the product owner, the business analyst, or the product analyst, along with designers. They need to make sure that the experience of the user while using the product is really great and seamless. The next one, two reasons and, elements could be product is not accessible and poor user interactions with the system. These need to be taken care by the design team. So the design team needs to, make sure that the product is kind of accessible by every user. And, people, for example, with visual problems, people with hearing problems, people who are other specially aided people, all these, your product needs to be able to be usable by every user, okay, and that's the user's rights. So that's something that needs to be taken care by the design team. And then you have unresolved bugs. So we all know that's kind of, needs to be taken care by the development team. And the last one is unsatisfactory customer support. So this is taken care by the product support team. So the support team needs to either enhance or better the process of connecting and having that relationship with your product customers. So something that is, highly on our plate, and when I say our plate, it's the product owner or the business analyst and the design team. So something that we can take care of, something that we can look into, is the user experience of the product. So the user experiences, there are different ways and times in which you kind of look into user experiences. So one way that you look into it is when you build journeys. So if you don't know what user journeys are, I've taken a video on that, and you can view the video by clicking on the link that I've provided in the description box. So when you build user journeys, you have the as is journey and you have the to be journey. So the as is journey is the journey that is currently existing, and the to be journey is the, the new process, the new journey that you are proposing, which is nothing but the solution that you are proposing. So when you build these to be journeys, there are instances in which you might build a journey and you might prove that, hey, this is the new journey. And you know what? I have kind of resolved all the pains that are in the as this journey, in the existing journey of the user. I've kind of, solved all the pains. But one thing that you need to think about is, okay, you have solved a pain, but are you bringing on more frustration from the customers? And here is an example that I would show you in order to make this clear. So we all worked with job application sites where we, applied for jobs. So imagine this is a 2B solution that is being proposed by a company. Okay, let's say a company, they don't have a website where users can go and view their careers and apply to the jobs. So they kind of proposed what was their existing solution, and they wanted some new solution. So imagine we proposed a solution like this, so which is sign up, and then the user has to view the careers, select a job, and then apply for that job. After applying, they have to upload the resume, and then they have to enter resume details, accept terms and conditions, and then submit the application. So look at this particular journey. It's the proposed to be journey, and this is the way your product is going to function. This is how the user has to navigate in order to get their goal achieved. So if you look at this, can you identify any point or any stage in which your customer might get frustrated? I think we all would have, pinpointed, we would have nailed that particular step. And yes, it is entering resume details again. Okay, we all would have been in this situation some point in time. It kind of sounds more non-logical. It sounds more, I don't know, it might be in your mind saying that, why do I even have to provide these details? I already have it in my resume, and why again? It's wasting my time, it's kind of testing my patience. So we have all been in that. So as a product owner, as a business analyst who is kind of sitting in that solutioning space, who is sitting there trying to ease out the customer's process, or kind of ease out the customers tasks in which they have to complete in order to achieve their goal. And though you have kind of relieved them of pains of manually going and submitting applications and then following up with the company about what's the status of your job application, etc., you provided a website, that's good, you have kind of relieve them of 80 or 90% of their pains. But imagine the frustration that you're kind of introducing into your product. So by this, people might get frustrated, they might even halfways they might leave, and they might not even apply for your job. You're kind of losing out on people, on good talent for your company. So there are different instances and different products and different processes that designers and business analysts and product owners come up with in a way that creates frustration to their users. So always keep in mind, whenever you build a solution, or whenever you build some new feature, whenever you're trying to improvise a process, though you are relieving customers and users of their existing pains, keep in mind that the new solution needs to be seamless, it needs to be as quick as possible, it needs to be kind of easy to use, with less time, with less effort. Okay, and don't try to create more frustrations into users. Okay, in this way you might lose on customers, people might switch to other products, there would be less adoptions to your products, and people might even abandon your product. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. So if you found this useful, please do give this a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel, and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.